Good evening. I am Donato Russo, and I am the Ranting Weight Watcher. It's Thursday night, and I think I got put together a pretty good show for you tonight, and I hope you stick with me to the end. And we're just going to get right into it here. You know, sometimes in life, we have plans to do something a certain way. You know, and sometimes circumstances present themselves, or you know, you have the choice to either see it as a bad circumstance or as an opportunity. And I was presented with a circumstance, and I came to the conclusion that, you know what, everything I was going to talk about for this second episode, it's going to happen another day. After publishing my first episode, I received an email from a gentleman. We're going to call him Larry to protect his identity. His name is Larry, and he is from Idaho. And I decided I would definitely make this episode about, you know, some of the things he talked about in his email. And I'm going to read that email to you coming up right now. Good evening, Donato. My name is Larry, and I'm writing to you from Boise, Idaho. I wanted to tell you that I just finished listening to your podcast on YouTube, and I have to say it touched my heart deeply. You've opened your heart and put yourself out there in a world filled with judgmental people with very little regard of what it could mean for you. You have shown courage and boldness in a way seldom seen in this day and age. I don't know you from Adam, and I can tell you that I truly admire this about you. In the spirit of being courageous, I'd like to tell you my story. I, like you, have been overweight my entire life. I am 38 years old, and I have a wife and son. My current weight is 389 pounds. And in my current situation, I am afraid that father and husband are only titles I hold because I am not living up to being the father or the husband that I should be. When you mentioned desiring to see your daughter experience every life event, it made me think. It made me think of how I just would like to have the energy to play catch with my son, or be one of the coaches on his Little League team. I have always seen these things as pipe dreams, but after listening to your story about your rise to health with the gastric bypass and your fall from grace when you gained the majority of the weight back, only to rise again and be almost at your post-surgery lowest weight only a year and a half after starting Weight Watchers, I feel it is my time to take a step forward toward a healthier lifestyle and to claim my life back from my addiction. I, like you, have never been diagnosed with a food addiction, but I am sure that I have one. Food is all I think about from the minute I open my eyes in the morning. It is the only thing that seems important to me. Happy, sad, angry, scared, or depressed, the only thing I think about is eating. No matter what I've tried, no matter how much willpower I have, I always fail. I don't want to fail anymore. I don't want to step up. I want to step up and become the man I need to become for my wife and my son. I am unsure where to start from anymore, and any help you can provide would be much appreciated. Best regards, Larry of Boise, Idaho. Well, Larry, I am going to respond to this. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. And we're going to, after the break, I will respond to this. So we will take a break right now. Guys, stick with me. Don't leave. We'll see you after the break. Hello, everyone. I am Donato Russo, and I am the Ranting Weight Watcher. I'd like to give you the opportunity to connect with me on social media. If you're on Instagram or Facebook, you can find me at the Ranting Weight Watcher. If you're on Twitter, you can find me at the Ranting WW. If you're on Weight Watchers already and you're using the Connect app, you can find me at Ranting Weight Watcher. If you're not on Weight Watchers, but you're interested in trying it, I can get you a free month. If you just email the show, therantingweightwatcher@gmail.com, I could send you an invitation for a free month of Weight Watchers. And you could join for 1 month free, no obligations. If you'd like to email the show to talk about struggles or successes that you have, again, therantingweightwatcher@gmail.com. Feel free to email the show. But most of all, if you like the show, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now, guys, I'm going to send you back to the show. You guys have a great night. And we are back. That was some letter I received. Or email, I should say. You know, it completely floored me to receive an email like that. I thought about it for a while. What would I say as someone who has felt like they also had a food addiction, but never received any medical treatment of any kind for it? Well, the one thing I will say is I believe that addictions of any kind, now this isn't medical advice, so please don't take it as such. Addictions of any kind are not the problem. They are the medication to the problem. It's not a good medication, but it is the medication we have chosen in any case. The same as someone who is addicted to alcohol, drugs, food is the same thing. Food counts as the medication we have chosen to deal with the issues that were presented in our life that we just can't deal with. So rather than face the problems that have hindered us to become the man or the woman we were supposed to become, we turned to food to distract us from what it is we were trying to do and who it is we're trying to become. So now, the one thing we have to pay attention to most is when you eat emotionally, especially when things are when life presents itself, because it always presents itself. When we eat emotionally because of that's probably even more so dangerous because food is readily available everywhere. And it doesn't matter if it's healthy or not. If you eat too much of healthy food, is just as, not just as unhealthy, but it becomes unhealthy. And the first thing we need to realize is we need to be in charge. And this is what I started to do. I was constantly aware of my emotional state at all times, because my first job became, more so than tracking the food, more so than exercise, more so than anything, my first job became be aware of my emotions at all times and be on guard from them, because your emotions cause you to think irrationally, right? The heart thinks irrationally. The mind thinks logically. So the mind may tell the heart, look, food is not going to make this go away. But the heart says, I don't care. It's what I want right now. It's what I feel will make me feel better. It's a lie. A lie. The heart lies. The mind thinks logically. And logic always brings out the truth eventually. And the truth is, there is not an ounce of food on this planet that will make whatever you're putting the Band-Aid on go away. It is only you facing it once and for all that will cause it to go away, whatever it is. Now, you may say, Donato, this is a difficult thing I've dealt with my entire life. I understand. Everybody's dealing with something. Everybody's dealing with... Okay, let me put it this way. How long have you been dealing with it the way you're dealing with it? So, in this case, Larry's 38 years old. If you've been dealing with your problems by eating for 38 years, where has it gotten you? And has it worked so far? That's what logic tells you. Has it worked so far? Your heart will say, I don't care if it's worked or not. But if you're thinking truthfully now, if you're actively seeking the truth will tell you it doesn't matter what the heart thinks. We know what the real problem is. Let's go after it. Let's fix it once and for all. Break the chains that bind us so we can grow and be the man or woman we're supposed to be. And that's the advice I'd give to you, is you have to start by, number one, being aware of your emotions at all times. Your emotional state, whether you're happy, angry, sad, depressed, whatever it is, tired, even tired, whatever it is, you need to be aware of it at all times. And there is nothing, there's no slacking off in this. You have to be aware, and you have to be on guard from your own. And I talk about being on guard like it's an enemy that you're facing when it's really yourself, because the problem may have been caused by another person, but how it affects you and how you're dealing with it is all guided by you. Now, you may not like hearing that, and I'm sorry if that offends you, but it is what it is. If you are saying to me, I want these problems to stop, I want this emotional eating to stop. If you're saying to me, and you are serious in what you're saying, then I say to you, get to the core of the problem. What is at the bottom? What is let's go down the rabbit hole and let's figure it out all the way to the bottom, because that's where the chain is attached. The chain is attached there. Get to the core. No matter what it is, no matter how hurtful, no matter what, you've built these walls and you think you're in control. But in reality, it's the walls you created are just binding you, or they have you closed in. They don't have, your problems are still there. You're still attached to them, and they're still affecting you, no matter what. You may put on this facade. You may take smiling selfies on Facebook and social media, whatever it is, and living my best life, YOLO. Whatever it is, but in the end, you're fooling everyone else except yourself. Because you know the real you. You know what's going on. You know whether you're happy or this problem still exists, whether you choose to ignore it or not. And I say to you, the true growth is there, and it's ready to be had. But you have to be willing to dive down the rabbit hole, find the anchor point, find the anchor, cut the chain, and be done with it once and for all. I don't know what this problem is. You could have, father issues. You could have, it could be endless. It could be endless where this stems from. There are so many possibilities once you enter the rabbit hole of where this goes. I don't know you, so I can't tell you. But you know yourself, and you can tell yourself. And it's about getting down in that hole, figuring out where it is, go all the way to the bottom, and finally deal with it. Now, if it is a family member or a friend or whatever that caused you to have this kind of pain and deal with it in such a way where you're eating your emotions to ignore the pain, if that person is still alive, you may consider confronting them, telling them what they did to you. If that person's not alive, you may consider writing a letter and then burning it, so no one sees it, so this way it keeps it private. Write a letter to that person, the deceased person, individual, and tell them everything they made you feel. Tell them how much it hurt you and what happened because of it. If you don't do these things, if you don't exercise, this is going to be a little bit of the spiritual aspect that I talk about when, you have to deal with your emotions and pain from the past. If you choose, knowing now what I'm telling you, you still choose to hold on to it, it becomes your choice at some point to hold on to the pain. You're guarding it because you know it. You know, this is my pain, and I'm holding on to it because I know it, and I don't know what it feels like to feel any other way. And I'm scared of what that might feel like. Because at some point subconsciously you're making that decision. You're saying to the world or to yourself, the version of you that you want to be, you're saying to that version of you, I'm scared to take the steps I need to become you. So I choose to hold on to my pain because I'm comfortable with that pain. I know what it is. I don't know how much it will hurt to come to you, because it will hurt more. Revisiting the past and going down this rabbit hole will be a very painful experience. But once it's done and you finally break that chain, that's it. It's broken. It can no longer bind you. Right now, you're in the ocean and you're in over your head. And your leg is attached to an anchor. And all you want to do is breathe. And you're swimming upward when you should be swimming downward to cut the rope that ties you to that anchor. Or break the chain, as I've been saying. So it becomes your job, your position to do this. I hope you've taken my words and I hope you're not taking them lightheartedly or you think I'm full of crap. I hope this helps you in some way wherever you are. I hope you're hearing this. And maybe you take steps forward. Now, if you feel that taking steps forward is to see a physician and talk about these problems, then go for it, whatever it is. If your problems are with a person, a family member, whatever it is, and that person's deceased, maybe you want to make that choice to write the letter to the deceased individual. In other words, what I'm saying to you is the ball's in your court now. I've given you a couple of ideas on how to deal with your emotional eating. The ball is in your court. No one can make you do this. It's you who has to do it. If you want what you say you want, you'll do what you have to do. Well, there's the music. And when the music comes on, that means our show is over. I thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope this message has touched you in some way. I hope that you consider making me a choice to subscribe to and listen to me on a regular basis. I do enjoy doing this. This is, for the first time in my life, I know what those successful guys, when they say, do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life, I finally understand what that means. And I'm only recording my second show. I have endless energy to do this and to help people get to where they want to be. So if today you're struggling with your weight and you're hearing me, I have this to say to you. If you're not working at anything, get working. And you may not know what it is, but just do something, right? Everybody knows something healthy they can be doing, right? If you don't know what you want to do, what weight loss program you want to join, that's fine. You don't have to know that. Just go out and go for a walk. Go out for a walk for 10 minutes. Walk away from your house for 5 minutes, turn around and come back. And make sure it lasts 10 minutes. That's going to be your first step towards a healthy lifestyle. That. No waiting till Monday. No waiting for whatever motivation that you're trying to gather up. Just do it. Just get out there and just take the first step right now. Right this minute. Just, if you feel like you can do 15 minutes, 7.5 minutes in one direction away from your house, 7.5 minutes coming back, 15 minutes done. You have taken the first step toward a healthy lifestyle right now, right this minute, right this second. And it will change, it will transform your mind starting now. I hope you take something from what I said tonight. And I hope you come back for the episode 3. I think you're all great. I love you all. Remember, it's you who's got to do it. You have to become the hero of your story. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all.